Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Natalia and I have literally no idea where I'm going with this video. So today I thought I would talk about something a little bit different, and that is writing. Now I know a lot of you guys, or some of you guys because I've watched some of your videos, have dabbled in the realm of not just reading books, but writing them as well. And I thought I'd talk about my experience as a writer and why I enjoy writing so much and why I think that, if you haven't tried it out, you definitely should. And there are different ways that you can, get into the whole creative writing process. So when I was about 9 and 10, I wrote a novel. And now that I go back and read it, I realize that it was horrible. The plot just made no sense. It was about this girl and her family who moved from this fictional country to the US during the 1990s. It was called A Holiday Story because basically this girl is supposed to, I don't even remember her name at this point, but she is supposed to, at her new school, do a project on the holiday that she and her family celebrate, and she writes this report on it, and basically she has no friends and her life is very sad. And if you guys do so desire, I will read some of it to you one day maybe, but it is so embarrassing, and I honestly don't even know where I got the idea for the plot, but it was strange. However, that novel was not the first attempt I had made at a writing career. When I was a kid, I used to write and illustrate children's picture books. The first one I ever did was about a family who goes to visit their friends living in the Pennsylvania Dutch country, because that is somewhere I frequented as a child with my family and I loved it very much. And then I wrote another one where I basically added myself as an extra member to the Scooby-Doo cast, and we went to solve a mystery and then went to a bowling alley after. Looking back on it, though I admit now that my plots were very underdeveloped and my writing was probably not the best, writing a lot as a kid kind of helped to make me who I am today. It really helped me to learn how to creatively express my ideas and, maybe enter into realms that I wasn't always familiar with. Of course, I also kept many journals as a kid. I probably have about 5 or 6 lying in a box somewhere in my house that I could go through and detail my entire childhood to you. It's interesting to go back and see what your thought process was as a kid as opposed to now, and all the spelling errors and watching your handwriting grow over time, and it's honestly really enjoyable. I have different books that aren't necessarily journals, but they still involve writing. For example, my future listography is one that I really love. It's kind of a workbook where you can list all of the things you hope to do in the future. So these are really fun to do if you don't necessarily want to keep a journal, or you don't have the attention span to sit and write several sentences a day, because some people don't. These are fun because you can still go back and look at them and see your writing. However, if you are interested in writing but you don't really know where to start, I would suggest just picking up a notebook and devoting 10 or 15 minutes a day, a week, a month, whenever, to just kind of letting it all, just do a brain dump, just write. If you don't necessarily want to have an organized, structured journal, to be honest, there really is no set organization that you have to keep for a journal. However, if you just kind of want to give something a try, I would suggest, just sitting down and writing anything that comes to mind, anything you want to get off your chest. Obviously, you don't have to show it to anybody, which is really nice about a journal, especially in this day and age where everyone is blogging and vlogging and, everything is online. It's still nice to have a journal that you can hide in your sock drawer or your, the back of your closet. And there's also something nice about being able to go back and physically flip through a book and see, what you've written. If you want to tie in your reading with your writing, you can always keep a book journal, which is really fun. This is one I just found off of Amazon, and it's really nice because, it's got spots for you can put your favorite quotes from books. You can you know, write reviews and star books that you've read, and it's something that if you don't necessarily want to have your review broadcast to everybody, you just want to write down some personal notes, you can always keep a book journal, and it's always right here for you, and there is no risk of it being, you know, hacked into. However, if you are okay with writing, you know, and allowing other people to see it, writing publicly, blogs are great ideas. It doesn't even have to be a site that's specifically dedicated for blogs. But as long as you're writing and getting your thoughts out there, it is really nice, and having people respond to them kind of opens a lot of doors and, you know, maybe makes you think about things that you wouldn't have necessarily thought of before, especially if you are keeping your thoughts and writings private and not having a second party look at them. And then, of course, there is always the lovely creative writing process. Even if you don't ever intend on getting your work published, you know, there's something really intriguing about developing a relationship with characters that come out of your own head, you know, and not just characters that you connect to in a book, but these are characters that you connect to on a different level because they're yours and you create them. However, writer's block is very frustrating when it happens, especially when you've been going on for seemingly a really long time, just everything's been going smoothly, and then one day you just hit that wall, and it's just like you can't write anything, nothing makes sense, nothing sounds good, it doesn't fit into the plot, but there are ways to get over that. I'm probably not the best person to tell you about those ways. However, some things I would suggest are doing a brain dump, going for a walk, drinking some tea, or, you know, looking it up on Google, because that's what Google's for, right? Isn't it? Maybe? Okay guys, so that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this little kind of spiel on writing. It really is an amazing, amazing thing to be able to do. And if you have never tried it before, I know school can sometimes ruin the whole notion of, or the attractiveness of writing, because nobody, let's be honest, likes to sit down and write a 10-page essay on the motifs in The Great Gatsby and how that relates to our culture today. And if you do enjoy that, then who are you? And please share your talent with the rest of us. So that is it for me today. I hope you guys all have a lovely creative writing process or reading process, and I will see you later. Bye!